All right, this is Garden by the band Needtobreathe, and if you're not familiar with the Need to Breathe, you really should get familiar with them. I love their music, just great stuff. Talented guys, not worship music in particular, but Christian guys who write really great music. And this is one of their songs. I just want to try to teach the riff, which is fun, but give you a little bit of learning with it so you understand what's happening, so you can implement this maybe in other songs and you understand your guitar a little bit better. It's just a simple riff that goes through the verses. I'll play it and then I'll kind of show you what's going on here. So it happens on all these bass strings. So we'll break it into a couple parts. It starts with a hammer-on. If you don't know how to do a hammer-on, you're going to ultimately have two fingers on the same string, which is unique because most chords you have different fingers on each string, but here they're going to share a string at the end of it. So you're going to start with your pointer finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and you're going to pluck the string down here, and then really aggressively you're going to hammer on your ring finger. You can't do it slowly. If you do it slowly, it's going to mute the string before you ever get to it. You have to do it really aggressively. You might want to work on that. A lot of people, when they're learning the hammer-on, they want to push really hard down here with their ring finger, so they kind of instinctively pluck it really hard down here. You want to be able to pluck just normal volume, but hammer on really aggressively and real strong with the left hand over here. So 4 notes here, 1, 2, there's your hammer-on, 1, 2, and then strings, open string 4, open string 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hammer on. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the beginning of the riff, and then it walks up this bass run, and so it's a scale, and we're in the key of G, and it's going to go. Essentially, you're playing chords. I think the chords are G, A minor, G over B, C, D, and then it goes G, C, G. And those are chords you know probably in the open position, but if you just played that for the song, it doesn't really make the song. The riff kind of makes the song, and so it follows a bass run up these bass strings, forming the bottom half of these chords in different positions. So it's going to start after the riff, 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes G, and you recognize that to be the bottom of a G chord. If you were to make a G chord, these bottom 2 strings are the bass notes of your G chord. I'm just going to play them with my pointer and ring. I'm going to play all these with my pointer and ring. So there's the G, and then it's going to slide up to an A minor. They split apart, so they're on frets 3 and 5. There's your A minor. Then it's going to slide up to a G over B. So this is a part of a G chord, and this is a B bass note. So there's that one, frets 5 and 7. And then it goes frets 8 and 7. That's a C. That's the bottom notes of a C shape, or a C chord. And then that same position slides up 2 more to frets 9 and 10. And that's our D. I'm getting out of the camera there. 9 and 10, that's the D. So altogether, it's going to be G, A minor, G over B, C, and D. One more time with the frets. Frets 2 and 3, frets 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. So we play the first 4 notes, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes back to the bottom, G, C, G, and you recognize that down there, the bottom of your G chord and the bottom of a C chord. That's all that is down there at the bottom. So the last part of this is what to do with the finger picking down here. So take the G chord, for instance. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Every chord is going to get 3 hits. Bass note, and then string. So, sorry, I had to think about that a second. It's going to get the bass note and then the second note that we're playing. So 1, 2, and then we're always going to hit this open G, this G note right here. It's an open third string. And the cool thing about this, since we're in the key of G, every chord that you play in the key of G, the G note can stay common. So that's why it sounds good in the G chord, it sounds good in the C chord, it sounds good in a D chord, A minor 7 chord, which is what we're playing, G over B, D sus. All these chords that are in this song, G stays common. So that's why we can get away with playing the same note over every chord. And maybe I'll do a different video with a different song sometime on common notes or common tones. But G is this common tone in this song, and it works in the key of G for each of these chords. So we're gonna pluck the 2 bass strings and then hit this common G tone. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Again, 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that again, cleaner. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. So that's the riff. Let me just sing it with the words of the song. Won't you take this cup from me? 'Cause fear has stolen all my sleep. If tomorrow brings my death, I pray you'll save their souls with it. So it sounds good with the melody like that. So I'm going to go ahead and play the chorus and then kind of show you how to play it with the finger style. Let me play the last riff and then go into the chorus. Won't you save their souls with it? Let the songs I sing bring joy to you. Let the words I say confess my love. May the notes I choose be your favorite tune. Father, let my heart be after you. All right. So what's happening here? The chords, they're just G, C, G, D, and E minors. So very easy chords. But if you don't know how to do finger style, let me just show you what I'm doing here. It's a 4/4 song, 4 beats in every measure, so I'm breaking it into eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or maybe a better way to count it: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there's our 4 beats. So for the C chord, for instance, I'm starting at the bass note, and what kind of makes this this finger style portion work? I'm going to hit the bass note on 1. I'm going to count in 8 beats. I'm going to hit the bass note on 1, and I'm going to hit the highest string of every chord on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it kind of gives this little ebb and flow. So every chord sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that gives like a little purpose to your finger style, rather than just kind of individually hitting one note at a time and not really knowing what you're doing. I will say, in between the 2, 3, 4 and the 6, 7, 8, I'm just hitting notes in between the bass note and the high note of whatever chord I'm playing. I think I probably have a pattern there, but I think if you hit the bass note on the 1 and the high note on the 5 of every chord, it's gonna really tie the song together. So it goes like this: C, 1, 2, so bass 2, 3, 4, high 6, 7, 8, G 2, 3, 4, high 6, 7, 8, D 2, 3, 4, high 6, 7, 8, E minor 2, 3, 4, high 6, 7, 8. And that really blends all the chords together and makes them sound uniform in what you're doing. So the chorus simply is just, may the songs I sing, G, C to G, bring D, joy to you. So D to G. May the words I say confess my love. And if you don't know what I'm doing there, it's just a D to a D sus, D suspend, by adding this pinky. So I'm hitting the bass note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then second half of it, C, then G, then D, E minor, C, and then a D, and then a G, C, G. So hopefully that teaches you a little bit something about how the bass notes work of chords, and how you can, I mean, if you play a song in the key of G, you can use those different shapes to do some things sometimes when you're doing finger style. And then in the choruses, that finger style, if you never really have done it before, try that with the bass on the 1 and the high note on the 5, and you'll get a real nice sound with it. So that's Garden from Needtobreathe, and a little bit finger style in the key of G.